Hi and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the classic motorhome by Renegade. The construction of this coach is made out of what's called in the industry as FRP, and that's fiberglass reinforced paneling. And this is the same materials that would be used to build a luxury houseboat or a yacht. So it's really designed to be out in the elements and take an awful lot of abuse. I also want you to know that not only can you get this with the bunk over the cab, the bunk comes in two different lengths. The one shown is an oversized bunk. Renegade also offers their aero cap, and here we're going to show you a picture of that. We can do the Renegade fiberglass step covers that you see here, or we can just go with the stock Freightliner or International or Volvo steps if you'd like. I want you to notice the toolbox doors. So you have an option. They can either swing up or swing out, and as I've mentioned in a lot of our other videos, we really like to have the baggage doors swing out. We also have an option where we can make the passenger side baggage doors all remote controlled. Whether you buy a Classic or an Explorer, the utility side is going to be about the same. Typically in the front box is where the batteries are going to be housed, and in this particular coach we've installed 8D batteries, but it's your choice. You can go with Group 31 or Group 27 batteries. You also have the option in the boxes. We can either do bed-lined boxes as this one is showed, or we can do a carpet-lined box. Here we are looking at the 2800 watt inverter. This also has the auto gen start. This would be the same no matter which coach you bought. On this particular coach, we installed solar panels up on the roof, and there's the controller for that, so you can monitor the voltage of the panels. Some of the things that start to separate when you get to a classic coach versus an Explorer is just the water fill features, the winterization packages, and things like that. So one of the options that we can do on a Classic and also an Explorer is we can install an insulation package called Thermal Coat. And it's basically a ceramic insulation package that we spray on, and along with blue board insulation, and we can get the R values up to an R25. Here's a shot of the macerator septic system that we installed on this coach. It's something that we really like, and we tend to install it and recommend it to a lot of our customers. Now, some of the choices you have with the Classic is we can go with a 6,000 watt generator, an 8,000, or a 12,000 watt. This is a shot showing the propane fill. On most of the Renegades, we option to have the propane bottle mounted between the frame rails. I think it's a nice safety feature. And that pretty much sums up what you could expect to see on the boxes on the driver's side of the coach. This is showing the water fill here. Now again, depending on the coach, sometimes we'll go to a larger water management system down below. If your coach is being used in the winter a lot, we might go with a little bit different water fill feature to keep it from freezing. There's a quick shot of the outside shower if you want that as an option. Here we ran the slides out on the driver's side of the coach so you can get an idea of what it looks like with the slides out. I want to take a moment here and talk about the windows, and as I mentioned earlier, this coach has the double paned thermal pane windows. I think they just look incredible on this particular coach. We can also do them with a frame in them, and the difference is when we go with a framed window, the windows will slide up and down like typically in a house. On the frameless windows, the windows will crank out like a wing. They'll actually, pivot out. And it's really up to you as the customer to decide which style you like the best. Now we're going to move around to the back of the coach, and I say it on every video, but I think Renegade's done a great job of making things easy to repair. It's inevitable you're going to have a tail light go out. On here you can see these are just truck lights that you can get from any auto parts store. Here's the 30,000 pound trailer hitch. On this particular coach, the customer wanted a receiver tube, so we installed a receiver tube on it so they can just slip their trailer hitch in and tow any of their smaller trailers. This coach does have a towing capacity of up to 30,000 pounds, and that could go clear to 40,000 pounds if we put tandem axles or if we do an airlift tag axle under the back. Now as we move up the back of the sidewall, I always felt this was a great advertising opportunity. If you owned a business and wanted to use your coach for business, you could put a nice company logo back here. You can see the industrial ladder that Renegade uses. It was designed for full-grown people to go up on the roof and enjoy the race or watch wildlife from the roof. This is the LED scene light. This is pretty new to Renegade. It's nice because it has a high and low setting. We can put as many of these as you want on your coach, and I think it does a great job for illuminating the area. We've been installing them on the back of about every coach, so when you're hooking up the trailer hitch at night, you can see. Here we're going to go ahead and talk about the passenger side of the coach. It has a keypad entry, which is an option if you want. I think it's great if you walk up, don't have your keys, you just hit the code. Here's the grab rail. It's LED lighted grab rail. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you come back in the evening, it's nice to have that lighted handrail there. This coach also has, as with all of them, it has an auto deploy step. Here's a quick shot of the boot step on the inside that we've talked about. When you go in, you can take your shoes off and just kick them underneath the steps. Here's the LED porch light that comes standard on all classic coaches. Here you can see on this coach we've installed thermal pane windows on each side. We can get the windows with the frame or without a frame. These particular windows are double paned and they're frameless. They tilt out. Here's a shot of the awning deploying. We can do this with the lateral arms or we can do them with the arms like this. Both have their places, and with the Classic you really get the choice of whatever you think is best for you. Here we're going to run the awning out, and we have several styles of awnings that you can choose from. This one has the arms on it. I think it takes a little more wind abuse than the other styles. We can also do a lateral arm where there's no arms seen. We can do them with the LED lights at the end of the awning. You know, I keep saying it over and over, but with the Classic you really get all kinds of choices, from awnings to lengths to paint jobs to whether you want the cab over bunk large or small, whether you want a full walk-in cab, whether you want an aero cap on it. You know, it's really just virtually unlimited design ideas that we can do on a coach when we go with the Classic. Depends on what it is that you want. Typically when we build a Classic, all of the boxes on the passenger side of the coach are going to be available for storage. Now we're going to move around, talk about the engine a little more, and on this particular coach, this has the ISL 9 engine. It's an 8.9 liter, 350 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. It's a great option for a coach in this size. Just can't say enough good about this particular Cummins engine. They've had great success with them. So I hope this helped you a little bit understand more about what to expect with a Classic motorhome. Thanks for your time and hope to talk to you soon.